6.
Are you ready to get on the hot seat with Wally George? Hang on for the wildest, most controversial talk show on television, featuring enthusiastic participation from our live studio audience and interviews with provocative newsmaker guests. And now, here he is, that hard-hitting, award-winning, conservative voice of television, Wally George!
Okay, thank you very much. What a great studio audience. Welcome all across America to our big celebration. This is the one we've been talking about. This is our big 7th year kickoff celebration. And, you know, when we started out this show 6 years ago, they said, well, hot seat will never last. Well, we're in our 7th year. And as we go forging ahead, gang, my imitators bite the dust. Okay, it's great to have, we got lots of exciting things happening here tonight. Lots of great things. You're going to see some of the most exciting moments from the past 6 years of Hot Seat. Some things I'm sure many of you out here have never seen before. And then we got some other surprises too, my commentary and mailbag and all that kind of stuff. But first of all, I want to thank all of you who have watched us here all these years for being loyal and staying with us, because that's why we're still on the air. To all of the crew here at KDOC TV 56, who have been so great working with me, all of our crew, right on down from our director, Gia, right on down. Everybody works so hard to make this show a success, and I appreciate the crew here at KDOC, and I appreciate everybody here in our great studio audience. I remember Howard Rosenberg in the Los Angeles Times. Howard Rosenberg said once that Hot Seat has the best, most enthusiastic audiences on television. Okay, now, get ready. Hey, it's party time. Hey, we're going to party, aren't we? I mean to say, we're going to get down. Okay. Now, but before we get down, it is time to get up with the names here and introduce our great crew. In the booth directing us, she's been with us a long time in various capacities. Here directing us is the inimitable, the talented Gia DeSantis Clark, everybody, our director. Okay, and let's see. On the floor directing us today, the inimitable Joe Besso, right there. There's Joe. My chief of security, dynamic protection, and my co-host and my good friend, the one, the only Bill Bancroft. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Bill. Peering at you through our hours here.
Great arrangement, but it kind of blocks the view.
Hey, it's good to have you. Now you're a recent addition to our Hot Seat staff here and our crew, and I want to tell you, we really appreciate you. Bill does a great job, doesn't he?
Thank you.
We appreciate it, Bill.
Wally, and I tell you what, the crew and I have gotten together, and we got a surprise for you. I want one of our security personnel to bring it out right now. We got an
little anniversary.
An incredible cake here. Take a look at this. 7 years. How about that?
That's fantastic. Hey, fantastic. Thank you all very much. This is from all the crew here. American flags. Okay.
Hey, it's great, but wait. That's not all there is.
Okay, what
We
else?
got guests that you don't even know about. Yeah. We got
Oh,
We got debuting guests, as a matter of fact.
debuting.
First time on TV. And here they are, Janice George and Holly George.
Let's hear it for Holly. How about it? Hold on, let's get a closer. Her first close-up on coast-to-coast television. Hey, she's not even crying. She loves you. How about a hand for my beautiful wife, my producer? I'll tell you, I thought. No, come sit down, Janice. Come sit down right there. I thought for sure. Now she's only 9 days old. And I thought sure when she came out here with the lights and the crowd, I thought she'd scream and yell, "Hey, she's already a ham. She's ready for her own show." Hey, I can see it now, folks. Coming soon, the Holly and Wally Show. Okay, now before we get into our mailbag segment and other surprises, we'll take a little break and I'll come right back. Stay where you are. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go.
Everybody wants to
NSPI, 2111 Eisenhower Avenue, Alexandria, Virginia, 22314. Or call 1-800-528-6050, extension 89. Then, go have a safe and happy summer.
Do you have trouble filling out applications, taking advantage of sales, reading instructions, or getting ahead on the job because you can't read? You're not alone. Contact the Buena Park affiliate of Literacy Volunteers of America at area code 714-826-4100. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back. This is the only program worth watching on Saturday night. I understand they put, here in Los Angeles, they put Arsenio against our show on Saturday night, but we don't worry. Arsenio, eat your heart out. He always does that. He always does this kind of thing. You know, when I did Thick of the Night, the Alan Thicke show a few years ago, Arsenio was the announcer on the Alan Thicke show, and he used to bug me all the time. He really did. Okay, all right. All right, stand by now. We forgot in the opening commentary, Bill, for me to do my commentary, so we're going to do it now. Okay. It was. Okay, now, here we go. Hold it down the orders, please. Everybody pay attention. This is my commentary. It's going to be much more important to you people here in Southern California, but wherever you're watching us, I think this is news because it's newsworthy everywhere. They're talking about it in Time magazine. I want to ask this question. How much more do we have to hear before Mayor Tom Bradley decides it's time to step down and resign as mayor of Los Angeles? Now, I tell you this, the scandal continues to escalate, as I predicted on this program, Bill, you remember, a few months ago when the Herald Examiner revealed conflicts of interest, quote unquote, involving Mayor Bradley. I told you on Hot Seat, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I was right. This scandal gets worse day by day involving Mayor Tom Bradley, and soon it will make Watergate look like a pimple. Now we have Bradley Gate. And Bradley Gate is like a festering cancer, and it's spreading like wildfire. The latest news is that city officials encouraged a massive cover-up in City Hall to protect Mayor Bradley. You know, the scandal goes on and on and on with more and more revelations coming up here. And I say, how much more do we have to hear? Let me give you some advice, Mayor Bradley, if you're watching, and you probably are. Every time I say something bad about Bradley, I get a memo from his office, hey, lay off the mayor. I've invited Mayor Bradley to come on the hot seat for 5 years, and he hasn't got the guts. Well, hey, Mayor, if you're watching? If you're watching, let me give you some good advice, Mayor Bradley. Either resign next week, or you will be removed from office. And I wouldn't be surprised, Tommy, if you wind up in the slammer. Yeah, how about that? Okay. All right. Now, from that, hold it. Okay, hold it. From that we go to the mailbag. You ready? Moving right along. Now, here's a letter that comes from a little idiot named Timmy. Listen to this loser. Hey, here's a loser who loves another loser. He says, Wally, he says, I am really disturbed because Morton Downey has been canceled. Oh. He says, I would much rather watch him than you. Oh. Hey, Timmy, wait, I have good news for you. You can still watch Morton Downey. You can. Every Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock, go down, you can watch him on the unemployment line. Okay. Hey, Eat your heart out. Okay. I love it. Now hold it. Here's another stupid letter. Another stupid letter. Hey, I sound like David Letterman, stupid tricks or whatever. Okay. Here's one from a guy named Milton. Oh. Another bad one, Bill.
Oh, no.
Says, Dear Wally, I can't believe that your stupid, idiotic show has lasted 6 years. I'll bet you it won't last another 6 years. Oh. No, hold on. He's right. He's right. Wait a minute. I have to admit he's right. Yeah. This program will not last another 6 years. It will last another 26 years. And finally, I have 3 very nice messages that I am privileged to read to you tonight on our anniversary show. This I'm very delighted about. Here's a program, a letter. I think you'll know from the first line who it's from. It says, Nancy and I send our best wishes for your continued success, Ronald Reagan. How about it?
That's very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay. There's another message. My warmest personal regards to you on your special day. Sincerely, Richard M. Nixon. There he is over there. And finally, here's a very good friend of mine and a very nice note. Dear Wally, congratulations on your anniversary. We're very proud of you, and we appreciate all you've done for KDOC. Sincerely, Pat Boone. Yeah! Very nice. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Okay, now let's make sure we have plenty of fullback on stage, please, guys, because here's something. We were talking about Alan Thicke just a few moments ago. A few years ago, about 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I was a regular on Alan Thicke's program called Thicke of the Night all over the country. Alan Thicke, as you know, is now the star of Growing Pains, right? Okay. Well, Alan Thicke used to do his own talk show, and I was a regular. And one day when I came on the show, he surprised me very, very much. He had rehearsed this for a long time, and he did a takeoff of me doing my commentary. So here is Alan Thicke doing Wally. Watch, here we go.
Hello, friends. If I can call you that, I don't want y'all to be my friends because some of you are just slime balls. And I don't want y'all to be my friends, not if you don't believe in God, in countryhood, in motherhood, in apple piehood, and everything I say. This is an editorial rebuttal against everybody with long hair and everybody with short hair. The long hairs are hippies and the short hairs are new wave punks. And you all just turn me off unless you look like Gene Rayburn or you're bald. And I know a lot of you kids, your brain is numb from rock and roll music playing in your headphones as you jog along the beach without underpants or brassiere. You're on your way to some blanket orgy. And you think you're involved in the world just because you speak out against air pollution, which you cause anyway with your marijuana cigarettes, spewing filth into your lungs and out into the ozone area. Well, if you're against air pollution, Mr. and Mrs. Long Hair or Short Hair, and I know you're not Mr. and Mrs. anyway because nobody bothers to get married anymore. You just live together and have sex. So if you're against air pollution, I'm for it, and for the following reasons. It shortens the lifespan of streetwalkers. And you know how I feel about streetwalkers. So just shut up, you slime balls, you scuzzheads, you scummongers. I'm also in favor of air pollution because it stops you from seeing Tijuana, where they have too many beer cans on the sidewalk. The only good thing about Tijuana is the bullfights. But I'll clean that country up later after I save America. I'm also for air pollution because it gives our guys a better chance in the Olympics. Those mamby-pamby, clean air, sissy countries like Sweden and Switzerland, they'll take one deep breath and they'll spit their guts out. They won't even reach the high hurdles, much less get over them. And I'm also for air pollution because it enriches the monologue jokes of Bob Hope and Johnny Carson. And laughter keeps us happy and healthy, and air pollution is helping supply that laughter. And finally, I'm for air pollution because it clouds the sky. And the more hours of darkness we have, the earlier they can start the happy hour. And the more sleep we get, and then the earlier we can get up in the morning and start yelling at people and complaining about everything and everybody under 30. And good night. I'm Wally for a better America. I'm Wally for good manners. I'm Wally for decency. I'm Wally for... Shut up, you scum. You're a bunch of scum. You're slime balls. You're scum. You're hippie, crazed, deranged people from outer space who come and smoke your clothes. I like turtlenecks, too.
That's good, huh? Okay, thank you, Alan. That's Alan Thicke, star, of course, now of Growing Pains, doing his impression of Wally. Stay tuned now, because coming up in the next segment, you're going to see people like Steve Sachs and Shoe Fly. I'll be right back. There we are. Here we go. Thank you very much. Welcome back all across America. In case you just joined us, this is our big party night, our big celebration, as we celebrate our 7th year on television. As we this is our 7th year kickoff. We've done 6 years now, going into our 7th year, and Bill, it's just going to go on forever. And I'm very proud to announce, in case you didn't hear it last week, I have just joined Roller Games, which is going to be debuting nationally in mid-September. I'll be the official commentator for the exciting new Roller Games. It's going to be great. It's going to be a big year.
I can hardly wait.
It's going to be fun. Bill, you're going to be a part of that?
Love it.
Now, let's go back about 4 or 5 years, and we're going to show you various little bits and pieces. One time I was very surprised when he was still playing for the LA Dodgers, of course. This was about 4 years ago. Steve Sachs came down in the audience wearing a Wally shirt, and he got real upset because on the hot seat we had a porno producer who produced porno flicks. And watch how Steve really lit into this guy. Steve Sachs, here we go.
How would these people feel if they're so much for this about their wife, their daughter, or their mother in this business?
Yeah!
Not only is this business killing people physically, by this I mean they are spreading herpes, AIDS, which there is no cure for. If you get this, you're dead. You're dead. Not only are they killing themselves physically, but they're killing the minds of America by watching this show.
What do you think you're doing with that?
Like any good American. Let me tell you something, Wally, right now. Let me tell you people something right now. Sitting behind here is a picture of John Wayne. Would you people stop him from smoking a cigar? God rest his soul. Oh, you're a bunch of communists! You're a bunch of communists! Captain Lou Albano smokes cigars to their man. They're all communists. Get out of here. What's in America? What's in America?
This gentleman was asked to go and put his life on the line while our government was still trading with the Russians during the Vietnam War. The North Vietnamese were getting supplies that we were sending to Russia. We weren't serious about fighting this war.
This gentleman was, as you say, this gentleman was answering his country's call to fight, to stave off.
Betrayed you.
Oh, hey!
Mister, do you know what I do for a living now? Right now.
Hang on a second.
Right now, sir. Yeah. I earn my living as a professional bodyguard. I earn my living beating jerks up like you. Yeah. And you can use that horse right now. Don't push it, mister. I'm proud of that flag, and I'm proud of the men I served with under it. So don't tell me veterans are stupid. You're the stupid one.
Is this man going to speak for himself, or is he too stupid to speak?
Mr. C does all his talking in the ring.
I'd just like to get the facts straight here. You guys say it's not fake. How come you guys wrestle on different mats and boxing rings? Because you got an echo sound. Anytime you guys hit, you stomp your foot when you hit the guy in the face.
Are you an expert on acoustics?
Because I watch it. It's...
Get out of here.
Wait a minute.
Get out of here.
Don't tell the audience to get out of here.
You don't have to talk.
He doesn't look so tough to me.
Take him off,
You are probably one of the phoniest creeps I've ever had on my program.
Get in the ring with me. You get your little tail in the ring. That's what you do. Get in the ring. Get in the ring with me. That's what you do.
Tell me a
Mr.
few
Reagan,
things off the top of your puny little head there.
At least my puny little head doesn't wear a toupee.
Go, hey. This...
You asked me to...
Listen, you stupid little wimp.
Is that your answer to all logical situations? Is that your answer to everything?
We'll be hearing from, because this happens to be my own hair, you jackass.
I doubt it. Pull it.
Wait. Would you like to make a $10,000 wager right
I doubt
now?
that you could cover it.
I can cover it.
I don't believe you.
Do you want to make $10,000?
Show me the 10 grand.
Hey, hold on. Hey, big shot. Hey, big shot.
First of all,
do you want to make $1,000? Hold on. Wait a minute. No,
I don't want to make the bet with you.
Do you
I don't want to make the bet with you.
Because you know you're a filthy liar.
No.
Come down to the Live Factory, which is a good, funny club. There's a lot of funny comedians come down. If you're funnier than I am, Wally, I'll spit shine your shoe.
All right, look.
Wait. But Wally, if I'm funnier than you, you have to eat a watermelon right here on your show.
You have avoided. I'm trying.
Sounds like a good deal.
Let's get to this interview now. Before we go to any challengers, let me just get this. I have accused you of having a very dirty, filthy act. You use four-letter words. You say.
Hey, Wally is a four-letter word, ain't it?
Wait. I say.
Hey, I'm illiterate, okay?
Hey, shoe fly.
Hey, that was supposed to be funny, okay?
I say this.
Can you imagine if you had four letters? Kiss my Wally.
That's shoe fly. Okay, hold up. We're going to come back in just a moment, but first I want to remind you all watching in Southern California to join me every day, Monday through Friday, on the Hot Seat Highlights program. You see some of the most exciting moments of the show, like you're seeing tonight, and then I do a commentary every day from 4 to 4:30 right here on KDOC TV 56 here in Southern California, so join me. And when we come back, you're going to be meeting one of the most horrifying nudists in the world. I'll be right back.
Sports come alive.
Look out when the gorgeous ladies of wrestling get together.
Her grip, the vixen struggles. Sally sets and takes her over into the Palmer's Roll, pounding the musical Minnesota.
That's Life on Glow tonight at midnight.
And we're back. Wally George here with our big Hot Seat anniversary program, our 7th ever. Well, you know, Bill, you've heard, and I'm sure you've seen maybe or heard of nudists, right?
Yeah, I really have, yeah.
Well,
I'm familiar with the term, yes.
We had a guy come down here on the show, Bill. You won't believe it.
A guy?
A guy.
Yeah?
And he came down to promote nudism in America. And when you see this jerk, you won't believe it. Here is Joe Badami. Here he is. Wait. I want you folks at home to take a nice look at Joe Badam. He is probably the worst person in the world to be a nudist. Joe, can you imagine can you imagine anybody who would want to see him nude? Now, Joe, why are you a nudist?
The way I answer that, Wally, is if God had meant people to run around naked, they would have been born that way.
Oh, come on. Are you saying to me that the Soviet Union wants peace?
Absolutely.
Oh. We want the flower, Oscar.
Nice flower.
Okay, we have to get rid of the flower. It's getting into my... So can you hold the flower down, please? Can I see your flower? I understand that you have been contemplating and thinking this over for quite a long time about whether or not you're going to run for president in 1988. Have you decided to run?
Most positively, President of the United States in 1988 with my running mate, Mr. Pinto.
That's right.
That's right. I'm the only one who has the integrity to run this country and to make the decisions to put the United States back on a positive course. Away. That's right.
Wait a minute.
The nation is suffering from Reagan retardation, R square. That's right. That's right.
Wait a minute.
That's right. Reagan retardation, R square, R.
Isn't that right that you at times are known as Jackass Willie?
Nobody's ever called me that before.
Well, you told me that you were known as that.
No, I said I'd be honored if you'd call me that because it's from my name that my mother gave me.
You would be honored if I called you...
She named you Jackass?
No. Not exactly.
You would be honored if I called you Jackass Willie?
Yes.
Why would you be honored if I called you that?
Well, my mother graduated from school way back in the 20s.
Well, that's a good reason to call you a jackass.
I am the editor-in-chief of the Laugh Factory
Well,
magazine.
I wouldn't brag about it if I were you.
Hey, I'm bragging about it, pal. I am bragging about it. They
Hold
pay
on a
me to
minute.
brag.
We only have a half a minute. Here's what I
only
mean.
have half a minute? Okay, I'll talk real quick.
Let's not get this sweet little dress designer upset, okay?
There's nothing about me that's sweet. Let me tell you right now, I got a mouth like an acid bath. I mean...
And you got a face to match. I have news for you.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying...
But I had enough sense to fix it.
Just a minute. Yeah, you sure did.
I just spent $9,000 on surgery.
Now, just a
you
minute.
ought to start in, baby.
Just a minute. Don't you ever attack me for being a bad influence on young people. Because I stand up here, and they know what I stand up for. I stand up for God and country and morality and decency.
I also want to proclamate that I, Tony Fish, am the new liberal realist, satirist, and critic that will take on morons like Wally George.
Oh, boy. Tony Fish, the liberal realist. We got much more coming. This is Wally George here with our Hot Seat Anniversary Show. I'll be right back. Here we go.
Done. But we're not. Turning to our play of the week, we're going to dodge a few bullets. We start with the Angels' Devon White, who had to be as fast as a bullet to catch this Ivan Calderon liner last night. Devo gets a vote. As does his opposite number with the Detroit Tigers. Gary Pettis, who made a sensational catch last Saturday against the Angels, did it again Monday versus Milwaukee. From Milwaukee's finest to the pride of Chicago, the White Sox haven't had much to cheer about the past few days, but Steve Lyons made them forget. He made two tough plays last night against the Angels, but this one from the prone position and still getting the out gets our nod as the play of the week. We close out our Tony Awards for this week with the top performer from the past 7 days. We submit the name of Padres starter Bruce Hurst, who has recaptured some of his past glory. His total command of the Dodgers last night in San Diego was the Padres' 6th win against the world champs in 7 games. But no one else seems as deserving as the Angels' once sluggish, now slugging third baseman Jack Howell. Jumping Jack Flash, bashed and trashed the Oakland A's for home runs on Monday and Tuesday. He capped off his week with another round-trip ticket last night against Chicago, helping the Halos remain in first place in the American League West.
And that is our show for tonight. Next Saturday night, we'll have highlights of the Rams and San Francisco 49ers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, Bill, we're having fun tonight, huh?
We are. We really are. This is great.
We're having a great time. Okay. Hey, I wanted to remind you here in the Southern California area to join me on the radio every Monday night on KLAC, 570 on the AM dial for the Wally George Great American Radio Show. You can call me on the air, on the phone. We have open forum, and it's for 3 hours, a radio special. This is our 3rd year on that great KLAC 570 on the AM dial. Okay, now, Bill, as you know, even before you were on the show, you told me you used to watch Hot Seat, right?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
You know, then, that we have had our share of bimbos, right?
All right.
We've had our share of females, right? Yeah. Do you remember Edie Williams, Lady Lust?
Sure.
And do you remember the female mud wrestlers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are we going to get to see those again? All right.
Would you care to see some of them again? Yeah. All right. To begin, ladies and gentlemen, we will present a ludicrous person. She comes down to the Academy Awards all the time, half naked. No, she came on our show half naked. She calls herself Lady Lust. Her name is Edie Williams. Let's bring on Edie. All pornographic films, all pornographic magazines should be outlawed and banned.
Wally, the First Amendment of the Constitution says Congress shall make no law against freedom of speech. And if you believe in the Constitution, then we should have our choice of whether or not to buy an adult ticket to a movie or whether or not to buy a men's magazine.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's our right to decide whether we want it or not.
Wait a minute. Earl Warren, formerly of the Supreme Court, said, and I quote former Supreme Court Justice Earl Warren, the First Amendment was never intended to protect obscenity. Is that right? I understand that for the audience here, you're going to give us a demonstration of your muscle. May I say that you are indeed the first transsexual to be on the hot seat. Are you thrilled? No! Tell me exactly, because I know people are watching you in amazement, as I am. Now, what exactly is a transsexual? Can you tell us? And why are you looking so strangely at David? What is a transsexual?
Why don't you read the dictionary?
I didn't come here to... Can you tell me?
I can tell you on my own view, yeah.
Tell me briefly what a transsexual is.
Somebody that's not happy with their own sexuality by birth.
I see. And what is the difference between being a transsexual and a transvestite?
Transvestite is usually a heterosexual that gets off wearing feminine clothing.
All right.
A transsexual is somebody that wants to go through a whole surgical process.
Okay. Now, you are still a man, I take it, right?
Yes, I'm under hormone therapy.
You are a man and a woman?
Yes.
Now, would I call you male or female?
Pre-op, post-op, post-op, transsexual.
So I would say, if I were to be somewhere and I were to introduce you, I would say, this is my friend, the post-op, pre-op, trans-op, transsexual. You are the kind of crumb who likes to live off of women, and he makes me sick to look at him. How about you? Let me tell you.
If you call making a woman feel good about herself and feel pretty and feel wanted, if you call that sick, then
yes, because
I'm sick.
When you make them pay for it, yes,
I don't make them pay for it. I give them what they want, and they give me gifts.
Oh, would you do it if they didn't give you anything? Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, when you were hired to work at a bachelor party, what exactly do you do at this bachelor party?
Okay, well, this is what I do. I come in as a cop, a motorcycle cop, and I arrest the guy for having a illegally parked car or something like that. Then I tell him to put his hands against the wall, turn around, spread them, and I frisk him.
Do you ever do any dancing at a bachelor party?
Oh, definitely. That's what I do. I strip. I take my clothes off.
You go to a bachelor party with just men, and you stand there in the middle of the room and take off all of your clothes?
Not all of my clothes, but most of them.
What's that?
Most of my clothes, not all of my clothes.
Not
See,
all
the
your
idea is to tease, not to let them have it all. You got to tease them.
Well, how much do you leave on?
Well, I go down to a pasties, G-string, garter belt, stockings, and we do nudes also.
Hey, how old are you?
21.
Boy. Why? A young, pretty 21-year-old girl, why are you doing a lewd thing like this?
It's not lewd because I'm using what God has given me, and I'm not going to have this very long, so I might as well take it.
Well, God did not give it to you to appear in a bachelor party, did he? What do your parents think about this business that you're in?
It's successful, so they're happy. She taught me how to bake cakes.
So what do the cakes look like?
They have nice round ones. They have nice long ones. We'd like to show you one of our cakes.
What?
We have a sample cake for you.
A sample cake? Let me tell you what I think. I suppose all three of you are also working with her as mud wrestlers and all that?
Yes,
Wally. Do you think that the ladies look sleazy looking at them? Do you want to know? Do you want to know what we wear when we wrestle? You want to, ladies?
Hold it.
Yeah. He wants to know what we wear when we wrestle.
What do you wear when you wrestle? Bill, can you imagine?
Too much.
I mean, they are all bimbos! Tell me the truth, Bill. Have you ever been to see any female mud wrestlers?
Oh, absolutely not. No
Bill
way.
wouldn't go to one of those places.
No way.
Okay.
I would have loved to have been the co-host then, though. I'll tell you that.
Okay. We're going to come back. We have a few more things to do before we go. Stay right where you are, okay? Here with Hot Seat, the original voice of confrontation, and this has been our big Hot Seat celebration. And as you know, Bill, we have always had a lot of arguments and debates on the big issues, right?
That's right. We have.
And we've had some real hard fighters in here.
That's right.
Okay, one of them we had on about 5 years ago who came on and she really put up a battle. Her name is Teresa Leday, and she fought me on the death penalty. Watch her go. Here she comes.
I grant you that you could probably go through the papers and find a lot of stories, but that does not make
premeditated murder right. Premeditated murder in our system is what calls for the death penalty. And murder is not going to stop murder.
Capital
You know what I'm saying?
Capital, yes, it will.
You can yell it out consistently.
I'll tell you.
Murder does not make murder right. They're no better. The person that pushes the button is no better than the person they're killing. They're not punishing them. They're punishing themselves.
Wait, hold on.
I find it very hard to believe that as far and as advanced as our country has come, that our only alternative to justice is death. I find it very hard to believe. And
I find it very hard.
If it has to be done, let them do it. But don't tell me it's right. Okay?
I find it very hard to believe that anyone like you could sit there and try to defend animals.
I'm not defending animals. I'm defending people. I want to see criminals punished, but I'm saying punish them. You have the power to do whatever you want to do to them. Hang them from the ceiling if you want to. But the human being does not have the right to take the life of another. That's pope, preacher, politician, or judge. Whoever it is that makes the decision.
Hold on, Teresa. The only punishment for a cold-blooded murderer is the death penalty. Okay, right on. Okay. Hey, thank you all very much. We've had a great... Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much.